Hello, beautiful Gemini. How are you? Hope you guys are all well. Welcome to your Romantic Love Tarot reading for the month of February 2019. This channel is called The Witching Hour. My name's Michelle and I'm a witch. I am going to be using the Connolly Tarot deck for you guys today. This reading is especially geared towards single Geminis. However, because it's about new love, what's your next new relationship coming in. But if you are coupled, don't be discouraged. You can apply this reading to whatever resonates in your current relationship if you want to. And you'll see if it resonates. So please also check out the other video playlists for your sun, moon, rising signs. This reading is for Gemini, romantic love reading, Gemini, sun, moon, rising, Venus, etc. for the month of February 2019. I now evoke the elements of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, and greet the directions and guardians of the north, east, south, and west. Pray that we have a very clear perception in this reading of what pertains to us. Pray for the divine love and light and all of our spiritual allies, our spirit guides and loved ones on the other side, to be with us for this reading, and that we may apply it and have true guidance on our path of love for the highest good of all. So may it be. I'm using the Connolly Tarot deck, which is a vintage deck, and it was created by Eileen Connolly and illustrated by her son Peter Paul Connolly. At the end of the reading, I will use one clarifying overall spirit message card from the deck called Witch's Wisdom Oracle, and that deck is created by Barbara Michael John Free and Flavia Kate Peters, illustrated by Richard Crooks. So Gemini, future love, your next significant romantic relationship. I always leave the heater on when I first start my readings. Still a little bit chilly here. Not spring quite yet, but I feel a lot of optimism coming from these cards and from these readings. I just did earth signs, so if you're ready to look at those, if they pertain to signs in your chart, go have a look at those. They're really good. They're very positive. A lot of good energy coming from February. I feel that there's going to be a lot of harmony coming into the energy from that month. Getting a sneak peek look ahead. Okay, these cards are ready to be cut, finally. Sometimes they take a little longer, but I don't like to do it unless they feel right. Okay. Let's see. Ready? Here we go. Next significant romantic love relationship for the sign of Gemini. This person coming in, what they're like, is very solid and stable. 10 of Pentacles coming in for you, Gemini. Family situation. This is long-term. Security. Long-term. I feel... What am I feeling from this older man in this card? There's a connection to a father figure, I feel, for some of you, or even just one of you, but I feel a strong connection to a father figure. An older person for some of you. Older than, say, in other words, they're not necessarily they're like next generation, so like my age, 50s and older, like past childbearing. Do you know what I mean? So in that age group, for some of you, or a connection through a father figure, that you meet this person through a father figure. And how you meet, again, okay, one of the signs just got this exact card in the exact same place. How you meet. Knight of Pentacles. This is a slow moving energy, but it's gradual. It's very self-assured, strong, like strong footing, stable person, stabilized, but maybe slower moving than, so maybe this person, you meet this person through an older relative, or you are in the age bracket of being like third generation, like you have children and grandchildren, and, or you meet this person through someone of that age. So I am getting, why am I getting nursing home? This is funny. So maybe some of you are meeting someone in your older years, or you're meeting someone at a nursing home. There's a family figure involved. You're both visiting family or something like that. Now for the other sign I got was that there was banking or money and finances and future planning involved also. And the Ten of Pentacles is the long-term investment. This is what this person is like. Your first impression of them is the Queen of Wands. The first thing that just came to my mind is through the Queen of Wands. It's like you're being set up on a date, or you hear about this person before you see them, and you hear about them through a female figure who is very dynamic, fiery, magical, or fortune teller type person, intuitive, witchy, but also a matriarchal mother figure is what I'm getting here. So you could meet them through a family member, a mother. Your first impression, though, could be that some of you who are looking for female relationship is that they remind you, personality of, they remind you of your mother, either physically or spiritually. They could remind you of your mother, whether they're male or female. Your first impression is, they remind me of my mother, or they remind me of a particular female that you know, with those energy, personality dynamics, or energy qualities of being fiery, dynamic, magical, intuitive. Their impact on you personally is of giving you a new start. This could be someone who's actually loaning you money even, or giving you a gift, a surprise gift, a tangible gift. That this is a head start for some of you is what I'm getting. That you were set up on this date with this person. They're slow, they're steady, like slow in a paced way, okay? For some of you, it's physically that they maybe have a physical impairment of some kind, or they're recovering from surgery, or recovering from something, convalescing, or in nursing home like type of thing. But regardless of their age, they're a steady person. They're calm. They're assertive, but in a calm way. They have sure footing is what I'm getting. And the pentacles in both of these cards are really standing up to me. Your first impression is that they have character traits of someone you know. If I'm seeing the similarities here and here in the pentacles. They're carrying something with them that's similar to someone you know, a character trait. So you might know their mother, or your mothers might be friends and they introduce you to one another. Or your mothers are convalescing in the same place, whether from surgery, etc., and you meet each other that way through your families. This is interesting, Gemini. Interesting. The nature of the relationship is the King of Swords. So this is about, it could be a legal type of thing for some of you. it could be there's some element of a father figure here. Authoritative. How you would apply the King of Swords to a relationship dynamic. The nature of the relationship is one that teaches you something. It could be an educational environment, or meant to be like a spiritual lesson, a learning type of experience. The challenges that could make or break the relationship is that of boundaries and individualizing yourselves. And maybe that kind of goes with this card, the King of Swords, having boundaries, having precision, having tact. You might get the impression that this person is too much of a father figure, or they come across as being too authoritative for your liking, or that you rely on authoritative figures because you might be more creative and impulsive and fly by the seat of your pants in that respect in a great way, and then this person is more sober-minded, more authoritative. And so you might have a hard time reining in your impulses, checking your impulses with this person. They might be a little overbearing. That might be a character trait that they need to keep in check and loosen up a little bit with you. But I do feel that you have your own wisdom. You do have your own wisdom, acquired wisdom and knowledge of things that maybe you don't give yourself credit for. But what I'm seeing that in the placement of these cards, here is what I feel to be a feminine Gemini, and this being him looking at her, if you can see that. Like he's noticing traits about her while she's not really paying attention. So this could be someone that's kind of been watching you, not in a stalker way. I don't get that at all. But someone who's been observing you, someone who's very observant, someone who sees that you're also very keen and wise is what I'm getting. Someone maybe who you would feel is unexpectedly admiring you, someone you wouldn't expect to admire you, but they do. They really do. I'm getting that a lot from these cards. A teacher, possibly. I'm getting a teacher, like a really, really good-looking person, or, to you, because everybody has different tastes and preferences. But to you, they're very attractive, and they're attracted to you and kind of sizing you up and evaluating you without you realizing it. And you might meet through another person. You might meet the one you really want to be with while you're dating someone else for the first time, or in the initial stages of dating a new person. You meet this other person, or it comes to your attention that this other person has been watching you. And that can happen. I'm being told, what I'm feeling now is that sometimes if you haven't dated for a long time, you start dating and all of a sudden all the offers come in. It's like feast or famine. First there's nothing, but it's like when you change your own energy and you start making yourself more available or open, and you're back in the social circles, then it's like that's when people notice you, because you're carrying this new vibration. And so you might be concerned about that, and you might have a hard time creating boundaries and making your decisions about, well, I'm dating this other person. You might feel that you're coming across as being fickle. You might feel like, well, I don't want to play the field. I don't know if they're playing the field. I don't feel that they are. I feel that they're more curious about you and they want to get to know you. And for some of you, you're already dating someone else and they're apprehensive about approaching you because they know, and you have to tell this person, oh, well, we're just dating, okay? We're not getting married, so I'm available. You might have to tell the person you're already dating, hey, we're not walking down the aisle yet. I still want to see other people. That's the impression I'm getting. And one of them is less of a risk relationship-wise to you in your perception. And the other one seems like they might be a little bit more risky because there's more chemistry involved, and that might make you feel scared. And that's why in the challenge department we have standing up for ourselves, boundaries, you know, that's where it might be an issue. So it's very important here to get very real and honest with yourself and keep your own counsel. That way you maintain your own sense of authority over your own choices and decision making regarding relationships. And the end result is, for some of you, they're going to opt for another person, and for some of you, you're going to kind of feel like you landed this one, you made the better choice. You went with more stability, but you, let me see if with the other ones. For some of you, you feel as if you're at home and the person you're interested in is looking at other people. And you have someone else available to you, but they don't seem as enticing or appealing to you as the one you have your eye on. And you think that person you have your eye on, that you're more attracted to, is looking at others. But I don't get that that's really the case. I think that's what you're afraid of. And you feel like you might have to settle because you think this other more attractive person to you is more available or more attracted to other women. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case at all. I think what this is good. It's like I said with the boundaries. The overall effect that this experience and this connection with this person is going to give you is strength. That's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn to tame your own fears, and you're going to learn to be more assertive and bold with what you do want. And that's what the boundaries require, strength. You have to have the boundaries with yourself to kind of acknowledge that people see more to you than you realize. Like in this card, see how he's looking at her and she doesn't know. You have the strength to give yourself more credit, to acknowledge that people are admiring you and seeing attributes in you that you don't see in yourself, and that you are capable of attracting the kind of mate that you want, or at least the dating scenario that you do want that could develop into long term. And that you don't have to settle for someone who's less appealing but seems safer and is slower paced. Because what I think the universe is giving you kind of a leg up. They're giving you a head start. Some of you want more reliable over chemistry. And you will get that. You will get that. You will feel more safe or secure with this person who is slower paced. And I think what you're going to learn is, wow, Gemini, your card, you're going to learn about yourself. This relationship is about you coming into your truest self. And you're also going to learn what true love is really like. If you're strong enough to stay in the game, stay in this race here. I want to look overall again at it. See if I feel like I want to draw any clarifiers. I don't think so. How some of you, I'm getting a very strong impression that some of you are parents. You're going to meet at like some of you are divorced or widowed parents who have like adolescent age or college age children, possibly male, who are into whatever school activities like sports, music, or enrichment programs. And the two of you meet either at a high school or college event that your children are involved in. And you have the more veteran energy, like for example, your son is on the varsity football team and their daughter is a freshman. They just came to the school, whether it's high school or college. So it's like you have the older of the two children, or the male of the two children, They have, and they're new. They're somehow newer to the environment. They could be also a teacher or college professor. And you meet them because one of your children is a student at this high school or college. And yeah, I don't feel that they're a professor of your child. I just feel that they're there in the area. The underlying energy is spirit. The energy of underlying energy of initiation. So this is a rite of passage type of meeting and connection and relationship. This might create a situation that calls for you to have boundaries. But it's going to teach you a lot about yourself, and it's going to cultivate a lot of inner strength. I feel like I'm noticing in the Strength card the clouds above and seeing, you know how we see things in the clouds, you know, like, oh, that one looks like a fish, that one looks like a person. And it's our perception of things, what we see in something, signs, also importance in nature, but I feel more that it's about what we're looking at or what we're seeing is different than what we're looking at. And not in a bad way. It's more like you see something that's discerning, and this person is going to teach you discernment, or you're going to see something in this person that requires discernment. They're going to influence the way you perceive reality, the way you perceive things. Because I think you're going to feel something on an instinctive level with this person that you feel beneath the surface of what you see. And this is going to lead you into inquiring more and more about them in this relationship. Could have something to do with nature and flowers, I'm picking up on. All right, so the card that we actually drew is the Hex card and Banishment. So, for some of you, could be playing with someone, playing with fire is what I'm getting. Like you might be the mistress, or this person is a player and you find out. For some of you, that's not everybody. You know, like this guy is looking at the other woman, you know, he's kind of got the roving eye, and we've got the mom wife at home type of feeling where this guy is looking at someone else. So that's only for some of you. I don't feel a lot of that energy. For most of you, I feel this is more promising. And I do feel that this could be a widower or a divorcee, recently divorced. And there could be money issues with the ex, but I don't feel them reconciling with their ex. I only feel like that it could possibly be a distraction, and that it's going to require strength and boundaries on your part, and they already have them. It might create uncertainty, but I don't get that. What I feel is that this person will cultivate their boundaries and create a better boundary between their relationship with you and their relationship with their ex in the past, and that together the two of you will come to understand what it takes to create a bond that puts the old bond to rest, and that you create and cultivate boundaries. I feel overall a good energy about all of this. I feel that this person is going to be loyal and faithful to you, and that the only pull towards the other person is going to be very minimal and temporary, and that it will cultivate a better and stronger bond between the two of you. Any last looks at this? Because it is a long-term relationship. Could be that some of you are distracted with activities with your children and family, with your younger, like your children, and then like your older relatives, like your parents or grandparents, and that your significant other is wishing you're like watching your attention being distracted by these things, and they want your attention back on the relationship, but they know that you need to take this time, and so they're disciplining themselves and using boundaries to wait and be patient. They're cultivating a lot of patience. And for some of you, think like, are they thinking about their ex? You know, for some of you that may have been the case in the past, but I don't feel that coming into this energy now. I feel more that their attention is more focused on you and they're being patient. And I do feel like the relationship will get more solid and grounded in the future. And you're going to feel more like you have your attention back where it belongs. And you're reconnecting. And you're learning that, you know, as individual as you may be and as strong and independent as these two characters are, that you're going to be more unified and more together from here on out, because you've been given something from heaven. You feel like Spirit has given you something. It's an initiation or a rite of passage in your relationship that makes it feel more solid and grounded for the future. You're going to learn a lot more about like temptation and there's a lot of pentacles in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pentacles, 1 sword, 1 wand, 2 major arcana. So I think there's a lot of spiritual lessons. And then you have the initiation card of Spirit here. So underlying everything. And the hex card is what's overarching. So I feel that you're putting a lot of issues to bed from the past. Past relationships you may have had or they may have had. Past dynamics of your own relationship. But I think overall you're going to feel fruitful and abundant and secure and stable. And it's going to teach you really a lot about what love is. And it's going to strengthen your character and give you a lot of fortification in your life. And it's going to be very self-fortifying. That may be where the challenge is. But that's where it's going to build too. Your most challenging areas are going to be the areas that give you the most strength and most development. Okay, so I hope that helped, Gemini. If it resonated for you, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. If you would like to connect with me for personal reading or to donate to this channel, the links are in the drop down box below. Thanks so much for joining me. Until we meet again, from my soul to yours, much, much love and brightest blessings. Take care. Bye-bye.